Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you all the sole opposition candidate for 2027 general election, Daniel Bwala. You see this goat right here? He thinks he has the sole monopoly for ranting and insulting. And now the opposition, every opposition member don't vex. Say make them just kukuma crown am the opposition candidate. Make him go face Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Since nobody else they worthy to face Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Say Tinubu will defeat everybody. Make him now go run the battle for opposition members. I hope he will win. But now, why did we come to this conclusion? Sit back, relax. Let's take it step by step.
The Islamic community in Nigeria, I would assure you Bola Tinubu. You can show that. Yes, the clerics in the north are saying otherwise. The clerics in the north, every election cycle, they say what they say. And when it is time to vote, they vote. You remember what they were saying? I was with Atiku. 70% of the clerics in the north, in the bill of 2023, they were singing Atiku. And then when the election time came, they told their people to go and vote the church. It's Nigerian structure. No. It's not Nigerian structure. Because Atiku got the vote he got when he was leading PDP and these governors were with him and they delivered. So Atiku cannot get 1/4 of the vote that he got. It's a fact. Now, Peter Obi that you're seeing, he can't get up to half of the vote that he got. Even that sentiment that he got from the Christian North. Tell me the last time these people opened their doors to the church for him. Because they saw what he did. And the people, and this is very important, please, before you close. Because that was the reason I left Ashwaju. Because I also feared that Muslim ticket might further disenfranchise we the minority. When I use the word minority in the north, people always confuse to think I say Christians minority. Christians are not minority in Nigeria, but the northeastern Nigeria, the Christians are minority. Now, we in the northeast already, the situation that is presently constituted, we are being disenfranchised in every respect. In my state, it is locus classicus. So I thought that when president takes a Muslim vice president, that means anything concerning the north will be left to the Muslim vice presidents, and that means we the minority will further go there. That was our thinking. We are human beings. We are free to think like that. The vice president of Nigeria is my organ. We relate very, very well. Even when I let, we relate. So I don't have any issue with him. He's a good man, hardworking man, and loyal to the president Bola Tinubu. And this is what I come to know later. But at the time, this was my fear. But after the president won the election, this entire Christian community that thought that the Muslim ticket would disenfranchise them, they saw that the president was all about equity. You're right, he will get it. That is all the Christians want. Equity. They are not asking to give them over emphasis or whatever. I am telling you today, the Christian minority in the northern Nigeria, I will say, where is your camera? The Christian minority in the northern Nigeria will vote President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027.
But former Vice President Atiku
based on what we are saying,
former VP Atiku said it does not even matter the identity of the candidate squaring off against President Tinubu. That anybody, even if I want somebody to say if you put a goat against President, that the goat will win.
in Ghana, it's a corpses.
Exactly. So,
It cops.
Now the question, Daniel, final question also is that has President Tinubu done enough? Because you are sounding so eloquent, so has he done enough to win the trust and the votes of Nigerians?
What's it there? Atiku no good. Obi no good. The two major opposition leaders no good. And he now said somebody will present a goat. He said a corpse. No, we won't go for a corpse. We'll go for the goat. And we finally chose you, the goat, to represent us. You see, if we don't start now, they unbundle this guy lights. Some people could ingest them. They believe in lights. And that's why I'm here. Make we start to unbundle in lights. He doesn't know what he just said right now. We'll even build more. We heighten the sentiments of northern Muslims towards Atiku and heighten the sentiments of northern Christians towards Obi. Tinubu, if you don't do something about these goats now ain't go fall your hand for 2027 election. Because he has been ranting from one TV station to another, ranting, insulting people. Very nonchalant. You have to do something about him. Because now, see, what's in the column? Shetima. He's now saying, I came to know later. That's the same thing he said about you. After he has finished bombarding you left, right, center, he came back and he said, I came to know later. Who this guy never betrayed? Starting from the former deputy senate president that used to be his boss, down to Osibanjo. He betrayed Osibanjo for you. From you to Atiku. Atiku back to you again. Stabbing everybody left, right, center. The next one when you go do you, bros Tinubu, you no go like him. Do something about this man. Now, as for Kashim Shettima, if you forget what this man talk about you, let me remind you.
You're from Borno State.
I am.
Are you proud to be from that state?
I am proud.
Are you proud that Kashim Shettima was your governor for 8 years?
No, I'm not.
You see that you hear the good? Sure, you hear him. You see, this guy, he uses what we call a defense mechanism we call projection. That thing that doesn't sit well with him. That thing when he don't do in the past that doesn't sit well with him. He projects it out to another person so that he will be comfortable to bash that other person. He doesn't want to own up his own crime. He doesn't want to own up what he has done or said. He would rather dish him out to another person, which doesn't make sense. Now, why did you leave APC for PDP in the first place? Why did you leave Tinubu for Atiku? Because you don't come here now, say Christian this, Christian that. Tinubu wants to disenfranchise the Christian that you came to know later. Now, let me take you guys a little bit way back in time.
So my question is, what is it about a Muslim ticket that you find to be so utterly odious?
Well, thank you for having me. At a personal level, I have been involved in the sense that I played a very major role in the support of the emergence of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu when I took a position in his favor and against Professor Yemi Osibanjo. Now, shortly before the primaries, I had a meeting with Asiwaju wherein he personally confided in me and communicated his intention to have me play a major role in the course of this electioneering campaign. So I am aware that party members have expressed fears that there is this likelihood, since Asiwaju is from the southern part of Nigeria and a Muslim, there is likely going to be the tendency to have a northern Christian. So there has been this speculation. I've had this conversation done with him and two other principal officers of the party at different times, Governor Oshomole and Speaker Femi Bajabiamila, where I maintain my position, both in terms of facts and permutation and as well as principle, but fundamentally on principle ground. And the reason I resign is simply because if I stayed in the party, I'm going to play a role of a spokesperson. These are facts that are important to me and they run to the core of my conviction. Since I don't believe in that, if I take up any role for the party, that means I will find myself advocating what I don't believe.
Well, I think a lot of people will be very respectful of what you've done because you've done it on principle.
Because you've done it on principle. In case you don't understand what in principle means, check your dictionary. Maybe I will come there explain. Check your dictionary, make you know. Now, the big question here is, Mr. Gold, what has changed? Not be the same spokesman you do for that same ticket. What didn't change? Based on principle. It wasn't based on they are going to disenfranchise A or disenfranchise B. Now you are now projecting, hey, Peter Obi went to church. Hey, whereas now you use church, deceive everybody. Now let me tell you guys the real reason why this guy left APC for PDP. Sit back, relax. We'll unbundle this thing one after the other.
You see these figures? You know why this thing is quite funny to me? This was the worst moment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's political trajectory. Do you know why? President Bola Tinubu came at a time when the odds were against him. Even members of the Southwest, I was with him in the primaries and before the primaries. I know prominent figures in the Southwest who turned their back from him. Why? Because they were hearing that a Fulani man will give to another Fulani man. So they rally around Alhaji Abubakar.
That was the same reason why he also ran. Because he heard a Fulani man will hand over to a Fulani man. And at that time, the odds were against Tinubu. Because why? Buhari underperformed. Now let me back it up with this clip.
If you look at our rallies, let me tell you this, and it's a bold statement you can verify. Atiku has inherited the over 12 million votes that Buhari has carried for these years. All you need to do is to look at Katsina rally and to look at all the rallies of APC in the North Central and Northwest. Throughout, anytime they chant Nigeria, the people will say Atiku. Anywhere Nigeria say Atiku, it is a movement. If for example, tomorrow they turn out to say we are throwing our weight behind us, Tinubu, who will listen to them? Nobody is prepared to bring APC back to government, except if you never live in Nigeria.
This week, we will use this week on Bond, this man, so that these people will know this man. So I can understand, say, he doesn't have the monopoly of ranting. He is in the ruling party, doesn't mean he should go about ranting. Because if opposition talk, then go say na hate speech. But if he talks, nobody looks into what he says. Thanks for watching.